Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering Sparrow Malware infects over 30,000 Mac users. GoSearch22 Adware is the first infection of its kind to affect M1 Macs, and an array of Mac threats trigger macOS to display "App name here will damage your computer" pop-up alerts. For years, it was thought that certain platforms were safe from the dangers of malware and ransomware, namely Mac products. But now, a new group of infections, headlined by an infection known as Silver Sparrow, has been found hiding on 30,000 Mac computers as of February 17th of 2021. A recent report from Ars Technica claims that this new macOS malware was discovered by security provider Red Canary in early 2021. According to Red Canary's Tony Lambert, Silver Sparrow did not exhibit the behaviors that we've come to expect from the usual adware that so often targets macOS systems. The novelty of this downloader arises primarily from the way it uses JavaScript for execution, something we hadn't previously encountered in other macOS malware. Silver Sparrow is just the second known piece of malware capable of infecting Mac's new M1 ARM architecture Macs. Mac computers in 153 different countries are already known to be infected, and although that number is expected to grow, most of the victims are in the United States, UK, Canada, France, and Germany. One of the reasons the Silver Sparrow is so dangerous is because of its ability to leverage Amazon Web Services and Akamai for its command infrastructure. That makes it a very difficult infection to take down. As of now, Mac computers that were infected with Silver Sparrow can communicate with a control server hourly to look for new commands to carry out. So far, it seems that no new commands have been issued, but that can change quickly. Researchers have also discovered that Silver Sparrow comes equipped with the ability to remove itself from a system, meaning that it can execute commands, then disappear in an instant. Lambert also pointed out a multitude of intelligence gaps that need to be filled regarding this new Mac malware. In addition, the ultimate goal of this malware is a mystery. We have no way of knowing with certainty what payload would be distributed by the malware, if a payload has already been delivered and removed, or if the adversary has a future timeline for distributions. After years of Mac users choosing the platform over PCs due to the belief that it would keep them safer in the world of online threats, it seems that hackers have adjusted accordingly and have finally proven that no platform is safe from motivated cybercriminals. The first piece of malware created to run on Apple's new M1 processor was discovered in early 2021. GoSearch22 is an adware variant that can hijack browser search results and injects advertising content. It might show advertisements that can download and/or install unwanted applications by running certain scripts. Some experts are speculating that it may also have the ability to also steal data from victims, and it usually comes bundled in a free online software package. Currently, its installation is blocked on recent versions of macOS, but that could certainly change. According to independent Mac security researcher Patrick Wardell, who studied its code, it wasn't immediately clear that a second version had been created to run on the M1 processor. In a blog post from February 2021, Wardell said, "I figured it would make sense that eventually we'd see malware built to execute natively on Apple new M1 systems. Malware authors have now joined the ranks of developers recompiling their code to ARM64 to gain natively binary compatibility with Apple's latest hardware. Devices that are susceptible to Go22 infection. The newest versions of the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini all utilize the M1 chip. The chip, which is based on the ARM64 architecture, is designed completely differently from Intel x86-64 processors used by previous Macs. GoSearch22 is similar to Adware, which was first spotted in 2016 and still poses a threat to Mac. In an interview with Motherboard, Wardell added, "It seems like fairly vanilla adware. Its main objective, seems to be related to financial gain via ads, search results, etc. Although GoSearch22 is similar to most adware strains that are designed to collect browsing data, there is concern that it may steal data or even result in more malware being installed on Macs. However, there's no proof yet that GoSearch22 is capable of this." Unfortunately, GoSearch22 is also harder to spot. While many of the best Mac anti-malware programs can catch the regular version of GoSearch22, fewer are capable of detecting the M1 coded version. Several industry-leading AV engines who readily detected the x86-64 version failed to flag the malicious ARM64 binary, according to Wardell's blog post. As the underground world of cybercrime continues to focus on new Mac infections, 2021 may prove to be the year of the Mac hack. Does attempting to launch an app or just using your Mac bring up an alarming pop-up message? Is the pop-up message stating that there is malware, says that it will damage the Mac, and advises you to move a particular file to the trash? The pop-up message will show the name of an app followed by "will damage your computer. You should move it to the trash." In some cases, the pop-ups contain a slightly different message stating, "App name will damage your computer. You should move it to the bin." The pop-up message may appear as a result of users unknowingly installing potentially unwanted programs or pups, browser hijackers, and adware. There have been several Mac threats that have triggered the same macOS alert message. Examples of adware or potentially unwanted programs that Mac flags as a potential threat and pops up an alert messages are activity input, operative machine, protocol status, clean parameter, trusted analog, skilled object, dominant partition, elementary typed, manager analog, and standard boost, among others. Some of the apps may appear on the pop-up message with their app names misspelled, like activity input shows as activity input with a D at the end. Gatekeeper, Apple security that checks processes before they can run on a computer, warns users of potential harm by displaying the pop-up message. App name will damage your computer when suspicious binaries run. At times, the warning message shows up as soon as the system starts. This applies to situations where a suspicious app is added to the login items without permission. A significant number of these are executables related to Mac adware or pups. By failing the operating system's check for code signing, they are seen as a possible cause of security and privacy concerns. There may be some legitimate products that trigger the warning message due to having outdated versions that don't have the latest security fixes. In this case, installing the latest build will stop the warning. Unfortunately, individuals moving the potentially unwanted programs to trash, as per the instruction of Gatekeeper, find themselves unable to resolve the issue. Sometimes an additional message will show up and tell the user that the application can't be eliminated because it's in use. This proves to be a headache for macOS users. The warning messages will keep popping up, which makes the attack even more of a nuisance. In these circumstances, it is recommended to remove the threats using an anti-malware program. Adware and pups associated with the pop-up message were most likely installed on the victim's computers via untrustworthy or deceptive websites. Some examples of potentially unwanted programs installed via these kinds of websites include Mac Cleanup Pro, Mac Smart Booster, and Advanced Mac Cleaner. Victims that installed them are sometimes tricked into installing other potentially unwanted applications that trigger the aforementioned pop-up message. The developers who create and distribute such pups do so to generate advertising revenue by displaying unwanted pop-ups, injecting ads directly into the browser, diverting online visitors to websites that are heavy with advertisement and sponsored content, and tracking browser data such as geolocations, IP addresses, search queries, and web pages visited. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.